So, welcome everyone. I'm here with Randy from NACL. Randy, how's it going today?
Awesome.
Good. Thank you for joining us for our hiring fair. We just have a few questions, and so does the public, just kind of wondering about your company and some of the stuff that you guys do. And we at Work BC get a lot of questions about you guys, so we thought we'd invite you here, and we're thankful that you're here. So, just to get started, how did you get started with this company? Like, what seemed to bring you to NACL?
Yeah. NACL's reputation, I had started in this field in 2004 when I first moved to the islands. And I worked in another wonderful organization that supported children in similar services to NACL. I had started to hear from colleagues who were working at both organizations that NACL was a really great employer. And so I became curious about that. And I also always wanted to work in a unionized environment. And NACL has a very wonderful union, the Canadian Union of Public Employees. So I applied, and that was back in 2006, and the rest is history.
Great, awesome. What do you think's the best part about working for this company?
I love this question. There's too many things, but if I boil it down, it's really that the people that we support, families and the staff, have a consistent open mind to what's possible. And innovation is in our mission at NACL. So we're asking all of us to consistently challenge ourselves to be innovative, to provide cutting edge services and supports that the people we serve are asking for. And as such, that provides a lot of opportunity for employees in the association to develop skills, move around, try to work in any number of our programs, and grow with the people we support and the organization. So, innovation, growth mindset, and openness to possibility. That's what I love.
Yeah, awesome. What kind of positions do you guys are you guys going to be hiring for coming up?
Yeah, that's a great one. We're expanding across all program areas. We're hiring for community support workers to work in our adult-oriented programs where they would provide support to people age 19 all the way into retirement years in a broad range of staffed residential services or group homes, day services, which include rec leisure and pre-employment and employment programs, community inclusion programs, and community outreach programs. We're also hiring for child and youth care workers in our youth programs, of which we have two staffed residential programs or group homes for children from the ages of 8 to 18. These opportunities to start are casual on call positions. And often people want to work with children and youth and adults. And so, in that regard, if casual employees have a wide range of availability, they can expect to work almost to full or at full or over full hours every week if they are fully available. Any employee who starts as a casual can apply for any temporary, permanent, part, or full time position from day one of paid orientation. And we're growing so much and changing so much, it really isn't unheard of for a new casual staff to post into one of these great positions. And from those positions, after 90 days, there is a very comprehensive extended health benefits package, which includes medical and dental, and a municipal pension plan.
Wow. So all good things. I mean, for job seekers, right there. When are you hoping to have some of these positions filled? I know you have mentioned a few, but I mean, we don't have to have an exact start date. But when are you kind of hoping to get some of these filled?
Yes, I would laugh and say 5 days ago. But what that means is we have ongoing need at NACL. And so the opportunities are available right now.
Oh, cool. Um, and if someone does get one of these jobs, what kind of training do you guys provide? And like, what kind of training should they have already? And what do you actually provide on site?
Yeah, great question. We're looking for people that have some sort of education or experience in any of these fields, child and youth care, community support, healthcare assistant, licensed practical nursing, mental health, early childhood education, people who work as education assistants in the school district, and any sort of related social service education or background can be very relevant to the work that's done at NACL because the people that we serve have a variety of complex support needs.
Hmm, awesome. And most of it is it part time or full time, or how many hours usually a week do they get? I know you mentioned casual for some positions. Is it full time or part time, or does it depend on the position?
Yeah, that's another great question. So casual employees can work as frequently as they're available right now. So we can never guarantee the hours per week for a casual employee. I know, given the current climate, that casual employees, whether they're child and youth care workers or community support workers or both, having full availability are working an average of those full-time 42 hours per week. Limited availability would limit the opportunities, of course, because that would limit the amount of times that you're called for shifts. People in part-time positions in residential services, can look forward to an average of 20 to 30 hours a week, depending on the program schedule, with the ability in that specific program to work up to full-time hours as a part of the seniority rules for call-out procedures in that program. Permanent full-time positions vary from program to program. Some are Monday to Friday, 37.5 to 40 hours a week, depending on the nature of the position. Some rotational schedules in group homes or residential programs could be 48 hours per week, averaging 2 12-hour day shifts, 2 12-hour night shifts, and then 4 days off. And then there's all sorts of schedules in between. Because we have 14 programs, there are lots of schedules that fit a variety of employees' needs.
Okay. So you mentioned benefits come with some of the jobs. What kind of benefits do you guys provide?
At NACL, as a part of our collective bargaining agreement and a part of the Community Social Service Employers Association, we have a very extensive negotiated extended health and benefits package. It includes things like extended health for the employee, their spouse, and dependents, and also for those groups, extended medical and dental benefits and orthodontic benefits. So the package is quite comprehensive. It includes things like physiotherapy, chiropractic, nutrition planning. And then we also have our employee family assistance plan, which is available to all employees, which is a comprehensive added benefit for employees around counseling and life planning.
Wow, that sounds pretty good. One of the questions that we get often was upward movement. So when you get into positions, is there sort of movement towards, maybe management or supervisory type roles? Because a lot of people, they're looking to move up in their career, and is that something that you guys provide?
Yeah, I love that. Most of the people in leadership roles in the association were built up internally, and we all started as a casual on-call community support worker or child and youth care worker. In this instance, it's this matter of the squeaky wheel getting grease. So if people want to be leaders and they want to develop skills and learn more, we need to know about it. As an example, in the last 6 years, NACL has grown 100%. So we have doubled our size and doubled our annual budget. So along with that comes new opportunities for people in existing support work positions and leadership opportunities. So we are looking for people who want to grow with the association. In line with any other association, there will be a wave of retirement in the next 5 years at NACL. We're looking at developing our succession plan for anybody in any sort of leadership role, be it senior residential worker or program coordinator, which at NACL are sort of assistant manager equivalents, any of our excluded management, which would be program managers who oversee the residential and community inclusion and employment programs, and anybody in the broader leadership. As far as executive positions in my role as an example, and in accounting and human resource management, absolutely.
Wow, sounds like there's lots of opportunities. So COVID-19 is on everyone's mind, of course, as we, been going through this pandemic. Do you guys have any safety measures in place that maybe would make an employee feel a little safer on the job site?
Yeah. Um, we are essential service, and at NACL, we provide support to some of the community's most vulnerable citizens, or the people that we support. So, as such, we have developed and refined over the last year a very comprehensive and detailed COVID-19 exposure and control plan, which follows all of the recommendations of the Provincial Health Office, all of the recommendations of WorkSafe BC in their guidelines for how we take care of staff in a safe manner related to COVID-19. And that resource is available on our website publicly to anybody that would go to nanaimoacl.com. There's a tab at the top of our website that says COVID-19 response, and that's where you can find all of the information that we've put out publicly related to COVID-19.
Wow.
So as an, oh, go ahead.
No, I just said, wow, that's amazing. You guys are definitely taking it really seriously and making sure that everyone's safe, and that's really good to see.
Yeah, at NACL, we have a safety first mindset, and we believe that staff and people served and anybody involved with NACL gets to be safe from all perspectives mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. And that is just the baseline.
Wow. So it sounds like you guys have had a very thoughtful, programs and stuff like that. What are you looking for in an ideal candidate? So, what skills and experience are you looking for? In the perfect employee, like
Mhm.
what kind of person that would just stand out?
Right. Um, the perfect employee, or oh my gosh, that puts a high standard for me.
Yeah.
But no. So, as far as what NACL is looking for in the ideal candidate to do work, inclusive of some educational background and a knowledge of the sort of emotional and physiological development of children and youth, understanding of some of the current practices in providing support around positive behavior supports and trauma-informed practice for adult services, sort of awareness of complex support needs that people have, be it from a medical perspective or for a cognitive daily routine support perspective. And then further to that, which is some of the most amazing things that we see in qualified staff, is an ability to look at the people we serve as people that have something to offer the world because they absolutely do. So they believe in the abilities of the people that we support, and wherever possible, regardless of somebody's support need, promote autonomy, promote choice, promote independence, and promote skill development, and affirm the belief that everybody can learn regardless of where they're at in their life. So
Mhm.
the most successful staff believe in that inherently. It's a part of who they are, and their values base in that regard absolutely matches the values of NACL.
And I mean, I've seen firsthand in the tour I got of your place, like the passion that the staff have, right? It is really amazing. They really want to help, right? So in terms of success, how would you measure success in some of these positions, and what would success look like?
Mm, right. As far as success, we have some tangible documentation and empirical data that we pull from staff inputs related to the services that we provide to youth and adults with diverse abilities. Specifically, we have a person-centered planning process, which is a values base, which says we're going to support every individual that in a way that they want to, so that they live their best life according to Robert Shalak's quality of life framework. Anybody can look up Robert Shalak on YouTube or on the internet to see what those 8 domains are. So we provide support according to that framework. And as such, the measure of success is if we can tangibly prove through our documentation that we have provided support to the people we serve to improve their quality of life in any one of those areas. As an example, emotional well-being is one of the quality of life areas. So if somebody wants to be emotionally well and they set goals around that for themselves, it could be to have a breathing program at times where they get upset. It could be they want to connect to friends and meet new friends in the community, whatever that looks like. The staff support them to set goals in those areas and then document their progress with the people in those areas so that at the end of a period, we can say, here's the measure of success. This goal this person set, the staff supported them to achieve that goal, and here's the data to back that up.
Hmm, that's awesome. So let's talk resumes. So what's the first thing that you look for in a resume?
Well, what catches my eye right away as one of the hiring managers is a cover letter. So a lot of people don't take the time to write a cover letter or do their research to the organization that they're applying to. So automatically, I'm going to look at the resume for somebody who has a cover letter attached to it. Additionally, somebody who has a very impactful objective on their resume that ties into sort of NACL's mission and vision and values, that really kind of speaks to specifically how someone is going to contribute to the betterment of the lives of the people we support according to their resume. Um, Other things that grab our attention are related experience in the field. If they have any sort of longevity and any sort of like service, that will pique our interest. And if there's any sort of educational or a volunteer background with people with diverse abilities, those are sort of probably, I would say, top four things that we look for in a resume.
Yeah, thank you. That was a very good answer. You've answered all my next questions, so thank you for doing that. Um, anyway, a lot of people who are watching this, they're watching this video. They match your values. They want to work for you. How can they apply, and how do they get noticed?
Right. So on our website, nanaimoacl.com, there is a whole tab with instructions and an application test for how people can submit their resume, and then it comes to the appropriate hiring managers. You can also pop on down to the office, Suite 201, 96 Cavan Street. Buzz the door and come in with your resume, and just ask to speak to a hiring manager. If we're available, we're always very happy to come out and chat with you. If not, the resume can be left at the desk and we'll follow up as soon as we're available.
Sounds great. What are the stages of hiring process? So do you guys bring them in and do you usually one interview, two interviews? Do you guys usually do panel interviews, or is it usually just with you and another, manager, or how does that typically work?
Mm. For the interview and onboarding process, it's pretty formulaic. So we may have an information session or an information chat prior to booking an interview after we've received the resume to go over some of the ABCs, one, two, threes of requirements of the work and what it looks like to be involved with NACL. From that point, we would be booking an interview. Our preference in a COVID world is a Zoom interview or a Microsoft Teams interview, whichever avenue the potential employee would like to go. That would be a booked interview with two hiring managers. Could be me, it could be any number of managers that have a passion for bringing people into the association. We would have that discussion and that meandering conversation and some of those structured questions to get to know the candidate as much as possible in an hour and a half time frame. From there, we would make a determination of hire. It could be on the spot, or it could be us taking some time to think about it and be thoughtful to contact the employee again. From there, a pretty comprehensive hire package is given to the employee with some support to fill the package out. We've got lots of requirements related to accreditation and licensing that we have to get through with a new employee prior to their initial orientation at NACL.
Wow.
Once that package is in, we book orientation, and then they are, like I said earlier for myself, off to the races, and hopefully the rest would be history.
Awesome. Sounds like pretty comprehensive. That's good. Again, thank you, Randy, for your effort today. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for contributing to our hiring fair. We really appreciate it. Like I said, we get a lot of questions about your organization, and it's really nice to sit down with you and answer some of those questions so people have the answers and they know how to apply. They know what you guys stand for, and hopefully you guys can get some people applying because you have some jobs to fill. So that's really exciting. So thank you again for coming, and we really appreciate your time and effort. So
Well, thank you, Roger, for the opportunity. We love working with Work BC, have done so over the years with attending many of your hiring fairs. And I can say with confidence, there are many employees at NACL, some of them in very big leadership roles, who started their career with NACL through Work BC, through your hiring fair. So I'm super excited to meet anybody who's interested based on this avenue that you've provided.
great. Well, thank you again, Randy. It's great to have you here, and thank you for your effort.
Okay, thank you.